So to create the blanket stitch, we need a piece of material. So I've got a white circle that I'm going to lay on top of my yellow rectangle. And we need to begin by attaching this, and you call this applique when you put one material on top of the other. So it's the same stitch that we've been using before to start off, or the same knot, I should say. So I want to put my needle through both the rectangle and the circle, and I have it kind of close to the edge, maybe a centimeter away from the edge. I pull it through, so I leave that tail, and then from the right side of the material, close to where the thread's coming out of, I go in again. And from here, I go to the other side. So there's the tail, that's where the thread's coming out on that side. And I pull it through, and now I've created my knot. So the circle is now attached to the yellow, it's not going anywhere. Now from here, for the blanket stitch, close to where the thread's coming out, put the needle into both the circle and the rectangle, so it's going straight through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it back a bit, and I'm going to fish this back just through the yellow. So this is what it looks like on the reverse side, the wrong side, and this is what it looks like on the right side. So I've just pulled it part way. Now the string that's attached to the material, it's this one, you take that string and you put it behind the needle. That's important, is that that string always goes behind the needle. And then you pull it through, and you've created your first back stitch. So to do your next back stitch, you go over to the side a little bit, put it into both materials, the white and the yellow. You bring it back, kind of feel it there, and you push it through so it's just through the yellow. So the first one, it goes through the circle and the rectangle, so my white and my yellow, and then I pull it back and it just goes through the yellow. That's what it looks like on the reverse side. This is what it looks like on the right side. And then the material, the string that's attached to the material, I wrap that in behind the needle, and then I pull that through. And then that's my second one. And I continue doing the same thing, going through both, pulling it back so it's just through the yellow, and then where the string's attached, go in behind the needle, push it through, and then I pull it. And if you're doing it correctly, your string should be sitting on top of that edge. So for me, it's the white edge of the circle. And you wrap it in behind. If you do it incorrectly, it'll start getting all twisted, and your string might end up down lower. So it should be sitting up on the upper edge. So through both, okay, two pieces of material, then you pull back, and then it just goes into the one. Get the thread, you wrap it in behind the needle, and then you pull it through, and then you do it once more. And I'll just do a couple of quick stitches here to finish this off, and I'll show you how to finish it. You actually have to go back in the same spot where you started, because right now I can't finish. So if I go back in where I started, into both, pull back, so it's just through the yellow, take the thread that's attached to the material, wrap it around, pull it through, okay, and then you put it in to the material, because you want our knot in the back. You could do your finishing knot from here, but basically that's your blanket stitch.